Well, good evening, everybody. Ken Johnson right here with you. This is Tuesday, December the 10th. We are 15 days away from the big day, 15 days away from Christmas. Are you ready? I am not ready, not yet. I still got a little more I've got to do before I'm ready. At my house, at my house, that is, we don't celebrate Christmas until after Christmas. But between now and then, we'll do probably a little something on Christmas Day. In addition to that, we'll probably do, I'll do something at my mom's house, but at my house, we do it after Christmas. So let's see, there's a Christmas design over here. Let me see if there's a Christmas design. Try Christmas font. I don't want a Christmas font. I thought there might be a Christmas background. Maybe that's one. No, and I don't like that one. So let's go back to this. Oh, here we go. There's Santa. There is Santa behind me here. I don't see him, but I know he's there. So let's see if I can make this screen a little smaller. No, I don't think I can. Nope, I can make it bigger. Nope. Well, anyway, back to this. What's up, Javier from Arlington? Glad you're on. You're one of you and Suzanne and Carrie. Y'all are my three consistent people who are usually on. Now, if it looks like I got powder on or looks a little bit dull, it's because I've been doing some sheetrock work on my dinner break. I went over to my my investment property in Tanglewood, and I had to do some. The plumbers came last week and they cut into the drywall, and I had to fix all of that stuff, and I taped and I bedded it, and I had to sand it. So I sanded it tonight so I can get my hot water heater turned back on. So, and guess what? The gas doesn't work on the hot water heater now. So I got to get the plumbers to come back out tomorrow to fix it. Always something. So what's up, Janet? Let's see. Leslie and I were just talking about you tonight. We were wondering when you were going to do another live. We did. I did my first one last night in about 2 weeks, and here we go again. I'm back up. No, Linda, in order for you the pipes to burst, it's really got to be cold. I mean, it's got to be like well below 20 degrees, and it's got to stay that way for like a couple of days before it has to stay below freezing, like really cold. So John says he has a feeling this winter is going to be cold and wet. No, I don't think so. I'm not feeling that. There'll be bouts of cold weather because it's La Nina. But the average will be above average, and rainfall will be probably not a lot, I don't think, but you never know. Long range weather forecasting is there's no skill involved in it. All you do is look at La Nina and say, this is what usually happens. It's a weak La Nina, so I don't know how much of an impact it'll have. Oftentimes, the weaker La Nina has a stronger impact on us here than the stronger ones do. But we'll see what happens. We'll see about until cold weather for sure, no doubt about that. But in general, with La Nina weather patterns, you keep this northwesterly flow aloft over us. We don't see a lot of precipitation here usually. Now that could be different east of here and south of here, but over where I am at anyway, it's usually not a very wet pattern here. But we'll see. Not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying my forecast isn't calling for colder and wetter. It's calling for above average and below average, above average temperatures, slightly above average temperatures, and below average rainfall. But if you look at what happened in November, all it takes is just a couple of events, and boom, you're wet there. So, but again, no dripping faucets tonight. What is up, Mary E. Gallen? Mary, good evening from Gallen family, and Merry Christmas, and Merry Christmas to you, Mary E. Gallen. What's up, Ryan? It is well in my world, and it is very, very cold outside tonight. We say weather's unpredictable, but that's not true. Weather is predictable, short term, long term. We're talking about when you're forecasting weather that's 2 and 3 months out, seasonal outlooks. There's no skill involved in that. Not really. Like with skill, I can look at a front coming in and I can say, okay, well, the way everything looks with this front, skillfully, I can forecast if it's going to rain or not, if it's going to turn cold, if it's going to not turn cold, if it's going to be windy or not windy. But with long range forecasts, you don't have data like model data to really look at. I mean, it does go out, but it's usually not very accurate. So, you basically have to see what kind of weather patterns you're in, and you throw a prediction out there like that. The great James Spann says there is no skill in that, and that's why he hates seasonal forecasting outlook. And I'm going to second that. I hate them too. I can't stand it. I don't like having to do a winter weather outlook because I'm usually wrong. I don't like doing a spring outlook because I'm usually wrong, because there's no skill in it. So, oh, here's a pretty good background. Let's try this new one here. There we go. That's kind of Christmassy there. So, but yeah, I probably look a little, I mean, I know I got powder in my hair here. So that's from that sanding of that sheetrock. Man, I have worked my butt off over there. I'm telling you what, all weekend long. I got up yesterday, went over there. I got up today, went over there, worked for a few hours. And then I went home, got a shower, worked, went back over there. You know, I'm just trying to get it livable. I got some people that are about to rent it from me here in the next couple of days. So I've got to get it livable. I haven't finished. I haven't fully renovated it yet. So we're going to do knock some walls out and add some stuff to the house and do some different things. But, you know, as far as that goes, but as far as being livable, I'm talking about cleaning everything up, painting everything, making it look good again, and getting everything working the right way. I'm almost done with that. So, I think it's on the 22nd, John wants to know when winter starts. I think it's December 22nd. I'd have to look it up. It changes from year to year, so it's not always on the same day. So let's see here what we got here. So winter solstice 2024 occurs Saturday, December 21st. So I was wrong. Yeah, this Saturday is the winter solstice. So it looks like it's going to occur, if this is correct. You know, a lot of times you read various articles and they can be a little different. But if this is correct, what I'm reading here, it says winter solstice is Saturday, December 21st. That is at 3:19 a.m. Central Standard Time. And basically, what the winter solstice is, it's the official arrival of winter. But when we look at weather records, winter is already here, because we keep weather records for the seasons in exact 3-month increments. They don't go from a half month to a half month. They're from the first to the end of that month. So December 1st was the first day of meteorological winter, and the last day will be on the last day of February. And spring will be March 1st through the last day in May, and so on and so on. So winter solstice is basically when the sun reaches its lowest point in the sky in the northern hemisphere. Now, in the southern hemisphere, it's at its highest point in the sky. And it's the longest day in the year in the southern hemisphere, where it's the shortest day of the year in the northern. But what happens is, as the Earth, which, you know, tilts on its axis and rotates around the sun, as it begins to tilt back the other direction, you're going to slowly start seeing the number of seconds, minutes, and hours in the day begin to increase later on in the winter and spring. So I don't want to talk about summer yet. Yeah. Time is flying by so fast, though, folks. It is just absolutely flying by. Christmas will be here and over with before you know it. So let's see here. Mary E. Gallen wants to know, does it snow here in Wichita Falls, Texas? It does snow, but not every year. You know, the weather patterns have to line up just right for it to happen. And some years we can, that's right, Steve. Some years we can get a bunch of snow. I remember in I think it was 2009, or it was December 2009, I think it was. I had been here about a year, and we had a blizzard. We actually legitimately had a blizzard. We had officially like 8 inches of snow. I think it was 7.8 inches of snow, but we had snow. The wind was blowing so hard that we had snow drifts up to 4 feet in my yard. You could build tunnels of snow. It was awesome to play in, but it was a nightmare on the roads. And, you know, our city just wasn't ready for something like that. So something like that's rare. But I would say, in terms of weather events I've covered, I've been doing this for over 20 years now. Weather events I've covered, I see that blizzard's probably right up there at the top. That was a pretty freaky, cool event. And, you know, I was from Mississippi, and I had never even really forecasted snow before. I mean, a couple little events, but nothing major. So I'm looking at the data the day before that, and the Weather Service, and I'm not calling the Weather Service out, but they have 1 inch of snow in the forecast for Wichita Falls. They focused hard on Oklahoma City, but they had us at 1 inch. And I'm looking at the data. You know, I'm saying that just isn't right, because I mean, I must be looking at something wrong, because this looks like we're about to get nailed. And I went with my gut and I forecasted 5 inches of snow here, and we wound up with 7. So I wasn't real wrong with it, but I wasn't exactly right. But I'll take that. 5 inches is, you know, with the ballpark. So, but most years we do get ice, like sleet. We get a lot of sleet here. Sometimes we'll get a little freezing rain, but it's mostly sleet, and that makes the roads, real icy and dicey. But I hate sleet because sleet takes a long time to melt. When you get a bunch of sleet, it sticks around for a long time. Whereas if you get snow, it'll melt off pretty quick. Freezing rain, I don't like it either because your power goes out. Fortunately, at least in my time here, we haven't had a big ice storm. We've had big sleet storms and big snowstorms, but no big ice storms. So, but not every year do we get snow. Most years we get a little bit of something. Last year we got very little. So, all right. So let's see here. We got some more questions here. So, that's not letting me scroll and much. It says hide chat overlay. I don't even want to do that. So, yeah, that was crazy, Jarrett. You're right. So, replying to Jarrett Beach, I just need to know what to expect weather wise. So, what about Christmas in Washington, D.C.? You have a research, you say there. So, well, let me, it's pretty difficult to forecast. Yeah, that Christmas is, like I say, it's about 15 days away. So let me see here. So you have a research conference there. I leave on New Year's Day and come back Wichita Falls on or around the 5th or 6th of January. Well, Jarrett, I can honestly tell you that there's absolutely no way that I can give you a forecast for Washington, D.C. during that time frame. But I can tell you that the weather patterns have been more progressive over in that part of the country and colder. So I'm going to just say that it kind of looks chilly over that way during that time frame, and there could be some winter weather. So just keep an eye on that. Oh, wow. Mary, you just moved to Texas from Alaska. Well, you know what? It's a lot colder in Alaska than it is here. And you're definitely going to see a lot more snow in Alaska. So if you're coming here and you're going to miss snow, you're probably going to miss it because we don't see a whole lot here. Like I say, a couple of events a year maybe, or something like that. So Ty says, "Hey, yo, Ken, how you doing?" I'm doing good. Ty, doing good. And winter does start next Saturday. I love this place right here. Nobility here in Wichita Falls. That's a good drink, good tea. I go there every day, just about it, I think. So, yeah, I mean the weather pattern we favor nor'easters. That's what the La Nina weather patterns favor is nor'easters. So, oh yeah, if you haven't been here in the summertime, let me tell you, I can sum up summer here in one word, and it's all capital letters as I say this: all full. 2 syllables, all full. You can make it 2 words, all full. I mean, it is hot and it is dry. It is hot and it gets started, usually get a little hot there in May, but June can be hot. You get basically when you get from about late, let's say past the 20th of June, past the 25th of June, you can expect the same weather every single day, most years. That means about 100 to 110 during the day. At night, 70s to near 80. Your AC is going to run nonstop. Your electric bill is going to be through the roof. And it'll be that way all of July, most of August, late August, early September. We can start seeing fronts and some rain chances again. So, there's sometimes that can happen. And last July, on July the 4th, it was actually cold outside. It was 60s outside. It was one of the coolest 4th of Julys we've ever had here. So, I mean, but that would be far more the exception than the rule. Mary, that's true. Here's the thing about Wichita Falls. And people complain about it, especially the people that are from here a lot of times complain about it. And then people that come in from bigger cities a lot of times complain. There's just nothing to do here. Well, you're right. There's not a lot to do in Wichita Falls if you're looking for, a lot of concerts. We don't get a lot of big concerts here. There'll be some little smaller concerts throughout the year. If you're looking for plays, we actually have a really nice theater downtown. So you can always go do that. They got, I think, the Nutcracker going on right now, and they do a really good job. There's several restaurants, there's several bars if that's what you're into. We got some of those axe throwing places. We've got There's that big new place that just opened up in the mall that's supposed to be a big arcade or something like that. Our mall used to have a lot of shops in it, but a lot of those have either they've gone out of business or they've moved to other locations. So you've got some shopping here. You got you got plenty. Yeah, it's like whenever I first came here, they told me this about Wichita Falls. Does it have everything you want? No, but it has everything you need, and that's right. And the people here are amazing, fantastic. This is one of the friendliest places you will ever live. I'm from Mississippi originally, and people in Mississippi can be really friendly too, but they're a whole lot more cliquish there than they are here. Very, very cliquish. If you're an outsider, a lot of times you have a hard time fitting in. Even if you're from there, sometimes if you don't meet their specifications, you have a hard time fitting in there. I would say there was a lot more snootier people over there in Mississippi than here too. But Texas is just such a wide variety of people that live here. You got all walks of life, you got all races, you got all everything here, and it's just real diverse. And I think it just makes this place great. So we are getting a Mr. Gatti's, but it's going to be in the mall. I mean, not in the mall, in Walmart. Well, I plead the fifth on that one, Judy. I'm not going to say anything about our friends up in the Lawton, because there's some really nice folks that live up there too. So, but I have heard a lot of people complain about Lawton too. So, but I'm like I say, I'm indifferent. Great people up there, great businesses, just like here in Wichita Falls. So. But Wichita Falls is a nice place. It's not a bad place at all. And and something else too, if you want to go to a bigger concert or you want to go to a sporting event, Dallas is 2 hours. Oklahoma City's 2 hours. Big airports at both places. You can be there. You can leave at 9 a.m. and you're there by 11 a.m. So, and it's not a bad drive. It's all highway. It's not a bad drive until you get to the Metroplex, and then it's a bad drive. There's never a good drive in Dallas, in my opinion. I'm drinking it's an apple cider tea, and it's really good. They put the energy in this, the natural energy in this stuff here. It's pretty good. Of course, I breathed in a whole lot of that dust and whatnot. So. So, well, let's see what's going on. What's going on right now in the world? A lot of stuff going on in the world right now. I remember our first experience in Mississippi, Walnut, Mississippi. I'll just say interesting. I've never heard of Walnut, Mississippi. Never heard of it. Yeah, I never have. So I'm from the Jackson area. Actually, I'm not from Jackson. I'm from Clinton, Mississippi. And yeah, it's kind of a suburb of Jackson. So my mom and dad still live there. They're old and they're getting older. Folks, my parents are in their 80s and they live there by themselves. No family around, nothing. But they're stubborn as a mule, and they won't move. So try to get them moved out here, try to get them moved with my sister in Arkansas. And they just won't do it. So but I think the schools in Wichita Falls are pretty good. Some people say they're not. I think they are. My kids went to school here, and I had no complaints. We got 2 nice new schools in Wichita Falls with Legacy Memorial. They are top notch, beautiful schools. They look like a college or something like that. If sports your thing, football is king. What else? A lot of good churches here. Like I say, places to eat. I've already gone over that a couple times. I like to eat, and that's why I talk about that. This past Saturday night, we had a good time. We went to, my wife and I went to our, Little Rock. All right. I got a friend on here, Suzanne, that's from Arkansas. She's not from Little Rock, but she's over there in the Arkansas area, and she's on here all the time. So Saturday night we had a good time. My wife and I went to the station Christmas party. I talked about this briefly last night. The food was good, a little cold, but it was good. Prime rib was fantastic. The asparagus was good. Of course, until you had to go pee, and then you're like, oh, asparagus. That was some good asparagus, but the pee don't smell too good. So what else? Potatoes, all kind of fish, good stuff. Good stuff. Played some fun games, and I won some nice gift cards from to McBride's, and I like those because that keeps me from having to cook throughout the week, and all I have to do is just call an order in. They got good, they got good stuff besides steaks. They got good ribs. I had fajitas last night; they were good. But anyway, after the party, we left and we went to a new place called Black Sheep here in Wichita Falls. It was a brand new. It's where I think the Maplewood bar used to be. The Maplewood. And it was really nice, real clean, just really, really nice. And, what I found interesting was our neighbors down the street, KFDX, had their Christmas party earlier that night, and they too were there. And we got a chance to interact with them, and it was a very pleasant interaction. Like I said, we have friendly competition, but at the end of the day, we're all just in this business together working, and we have a lot in common. And it was good to see those folks out and about and to meet them. They're very, very nice folks down there. I was very, very pleased, very pleasant interactions. So good people. And everybody got along. There were no fights. There wouldn't be. I'm just saying. Oh, Fort Riley, it's snowing. I only want snow this time of the year. The rest of the year, I just want some summer, spring warmth. So Janet, Cam is good. Cam is working on the morning side this week because Jaden is in Las Vegas. He's on vacation in Las Vegas this week. Viva Las Vegas. So Cam is doing the morning show this week, and then he leaves. I think it's Friday. After the morning show, he leaves to go home. He'll be home for about 2 weeks. He's going back to the up there in Kentucky where his family lives. So he'll be up there for about 2 weeks. So you won't see Cam much after this week. Well, he may jump on here with us some. I bet he does. So I'll see about see if he wants to do a weather after dark with me while he's up there in Kentucky. And then starting Christmas, I'm off again. I've been off a lot lately, but I had a lot of days to kill. So I'm off Christmas Day until the 2nd of January. That's when I'll be back. So, and I'll spend half of that in Mississippi, the other half here. So, well, let's see what else is going on right now. Right now it's mostly just the holidays. That's mostly what everybody is. No, I haven't quit. I just had to go on. I was on vacation for a while. A lot of interesting things going on with the shooting up there in New York with the CEO of that insurance company. That's pretty interesting. They caught this guy, and that's an interesting story to follow. It'll be interesting to find out more about what happened with that. Let's see what else. DoorDash. All right, DoorDash is basically like, let's say you're at home and you order some food, but they don't deliver. DoorDash will go pick it up for you and bring it there to you. So basically, it's like an Uber for food, is what it is. Looks like there's a big wildfire, maybe out west there in California, maybe. I'm just looking at the news. Oh, here's something that's been pretty cool. That's been interesting. I find it very interesting, and it's going to be interesting to find out what this is. But a lot of mysterious sightings of massive drones spark calls for limited state of emergency. That's from Fox News. And I have been seeing that on the news and all over social media, Twitter and I guess X, and on TikTok, especially a lot of drones, like these big, large drones that are appearing over military bases and appearing over the skies across the country. They appear to be drones and not the UAPs. They appear to be drones. But they're very it's very there's a bunch of them. So I don't there there hadn't been a lot. Our government kept their lips tight on a lot of this stuff when it came to when it came to the UFOs, the UAPs, and they knew for a long time that um, that UAPs existed, but they kept their lips shut on it. So now there's these new drones and whatnot. So that'll be interesting to find out more about that. So, but I don't know enough about that to be able to talk about it. We can give you a conversation that is logical. So anyway, here's a better one. What is your favorite Christmas memory in Mississippi? Well, Kate, I talked about this a little bit last night, and I've just never been outside of when I was a kid. I haven't been a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of Christmas. I know, call me a Scrooge, if you will. I like the season. I love the trees. I love the festiveness. I love the season, the holiday season. But to me, Christmas has become too much about what can I get, what can I buy. Um, like I say, maybe if my wife were more into it, if she was more into decorating, maybe if my kids were small again, maybe it'd be different. But as far as Christmas memories go, I think the best Christmas memories would have had to be whenever I was a kid, and I was at my grandparents' house, and all my family was there. All my aunts, all my uncles from wherever, they were all there, spending the night there, and it was just a lot of fun. I remember vaguely remember singing Christmas carols. I remember, of course, my cousin saw, I guess, a plane flying in the sky, had a little red light beeping on it, and they were, oh, there's Rudolph. And I couldn't go to sleep that night. But, one of my favorite things about Christmas, when I was a kid, was to watch the weatherman track Santa. The weatherman really doesn't track Santa anymore. They do a lot of that through NORAD and all the news stuff. I want to bring Santa tracking back, like make it a big deal. I used to make it a big deal, but I got away from it. But yeah, in waking up early and getting gifts and that kind of stuff as a kid, Christmas is real magical when you're a little kid. As you get older, the magic goes away. And I enjoy the food, I enjoy the season of everything, the lights and all that kind of stuff. But again, outside of that, I'm just like, eh. I don't know, Chad. I'll watch some of them. I won't watch some of them. I'm just, I've got so much going on. I'll watch when I can. I'll probably, I think that Texas and Clemson bowl matchup ought to be pretty interesting. So, but I'm not keen on any particular team, and I don't care about bowl games. So. I think they're wait since the transfer portal and NIL kicked in. Bowl games are just blah now because half the players don't even play in them anymore. So, all right, well, I am going to jump off here. It's 9:46. I got to get dressed, so I'm going to jump off here. But y'all have a great night, and thank you for joining me here, and thank you for the great questions and the interactions. And I'll see you tomorrow night.